Hi Wama, how are you?
Good, and you?
I am doing good, thanks for asking. Okay, today we're gonna do an activity. It's very simple. It consists in copy some shapes, okay? So you're gonna see them first, and after seeing them, you're gonna do your best and you're gonna copy the shapes, okay? But there is one rule. You cannot erase. All right? Sounds like a plan? All right. So for the purpose of this video, this is the original Beery VMI assessment. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna use a non-standardized assessment, which is made on a copy paper, okay? So let's start. So right here, in this first sheet of paper, I can help you, okay? Because I'm gonna show you that shape, and after me, you're gonna imitate my shape, okay? So I'm gonna do the first one, which is a line down, and you're gonna do the same thing, but here in this box. Good job. So now it's my turn again, and I'm gonna do this line, and you're gonna do the same in the other box. And it is my last turn, and I'm gonna do a circle, and you're gonna do the same. All right, so this was like a test, right? So now we're gonna do in real life. Are you ready? All right, so
You got to be kidding me.
before I start, I need you to please sit properly, both feet touching the floor, straight back, right? Let's sit correctly, like a big boy you are. Are you ready? All right, here we go. All right, we get all the way to the end. Good job. Okay, now we're going to proceed to score the Beery VMI. We're only going to score, for the purpose of this video, this portion, the Beery VMI. We're not going to calculate these two, the visual perception and the motor coordination. So the first thing we have to do is fill up the page. We're going to put the patient's name, last name, the gender, the school name, the grade, the examiner name, which is the OT who performed the assessment, the test date, the birthday, in order to calculate the chronological age. How we calculate the chronological age? So we subtract the day of the test minus the day of birth of the patient, and that will give you the chronological age. In this case, I'm gonna fill up here the last name, the gender, and I'm gonna put the test day, which is today's day, which is March 27, 2024. So first the year 2403, which is the month, and 27, which is the day. Then the day of birth, which is year first, will be 16 because he was born in 2016. The month is 06, which is June, and the day is 21st. And then will be like this, and then you have to subtract everything, and you will get the chronological age of the child, which is 8.3. So his chronological age is 8 years and 3 months. Then here in this portion, you put AE, which means age equivalent, and then we're gonna go to the table to get the scores. Okay, then we're going to proceed to score the Beery VMI, the drawings. So here we have an example of the booklet that explain what we're exactly looking for in the assessment. So, for example, in the first one, in number 4 to 7, we're looking over half of line within 30% vertical. 5 through 8, we're looking for over half of lines within 30 degrees horizontal. And section 6 through 9, we're looking high and width no more than 2 to 1. In section number 10, we're looking 2 intersecting lines, all parts at least 1/4 inches and at least 1.5 line within 20 degrees. On section number 11, I'm sorry, we're looking for single line extensions, half of the line within 110 degrees to 160 degrees, and no abrupt change on direction. So here you have like a guide with the exactly measurements to determine if the shapes are correct or not. And then after that, you will check the whole assessment of the kit. This is one of the pages. Here we have another one. As we can see here, the square, he closed all the corners and all the lines were properly according to the measurements that is there on the booklet. Here with the vertical lines too. Here we have the 2 intersecting lines, so both lines intersect and the degrees are appropriate too. So he has the full points on these 3. Here the same, the diagonal line meets the expectation of the assessment. Here we have 2 intersecting lines in different directions as well. And here we have all the corners together, and the measurements of the lines are correct. So he has full points here too as well. And that way we're gonna continue scoring the whole package. Juan Manuel is an 8.3-year-old boy who was evaluated for occupational therapy and was assessed with the Beery VMI assessment tool. And based on the above scores, Juan Manuel is performing below average in the visual motor integration area, and the results show his performance in comparison to other task takers at age equivalent of 6.7 years in the visual motor integration subtest. Visual motor integration skills are important for successful child participation in age-appropriate activities, ADLs, instrumental activities of daily living, school, play, and leisure activities. According to the caregiver responses in the SP2 questionnaire, Juan Manuel has scored higher than others in all 4 quadrants of the sensory profile 2 assessment tool. Children who score higher in the sensory profile 2 assessment are more prone to constantly seek and explore their environment. Also, they may be withdrawn when unfamiliar situations, react intensively to sensory input, and find it easier to remain focused on desired tasks. One sensory adaptation that will help Juan Manuel to promote sustained attention would be to simplify worksheets by removing extra pictures and using large fonts and having them sit near the front of the classroom to avoid distractions. Juan Manuel is not able to complete visual motor and visual perceptual tasks independently, and he needs constant cues, reminders, and encouragement to remain focused and follow along with sequences. In addition, he demonstrates difficulties with handwriting skills, including letter size, spacing, and letter formation. Also, Juan Manuel demonstrates difficulties with sustained attention, which interferes in completing school assignments. 2 short-term goals that I will use with Juan Manuel will be: Juan Manuel will be able to copy age-appropriate sentences with minimal assistance, 80% accuracy, to promote visual, perceptual, and cognitive skills within 3 months. The other one will be Juan Manuel will complete a maze of moderate difficulty, staying within boundaries without touching sides with minimal cues, 3 out of 5 trials, to promote visual perceptuals and sustained attention, required for age-appropriate tasks within 3 months. 2 appropriate interventions to use with Juan Manuel will be tracing around and cut out. For these activities, we will need a color construction paper or copy paper. We will draw different shapes, cut them, and then put one over the other paper, trace it, and then have the child to cut the shapes. These activities will help to promote visual motor integration skills, eye-hand coordination, bilateral integration, scissor skills, and sustained attention. Another activity will be tracing different patterns. For this activity, we will need worksheets or an activity book. These activity books that has different tracing lines, tracing letters, mazes. So what we're gonna do is to have Juan Manuel trace different patterns lines, for example, horizontal, diagonal, curved lines, vertical lines as well, and also have them to trace letters to work on letter formation as well. We can also have Juan Manuel to complete mazes and puzzles with the mazes without touching the lines, staying within boundaries. So this activity will promote visual motor integration, fine motor coordination, and it will promote pencil grasp and sustained attention. It is important to mention that completing activities in the child's natural environment, it will be beneficial in order to keep them less stressed by completing the designated activities and have them more motivated. So, few recommendations that I have for Juan Manuel parents would be to complete at home would be to draw a large maze on the floor using colored chalk, and then with another color complete the puzzle, staying inside without touching the lines. Also, we can draw color large shapes on the floor as well, copy letters, and after copy letters we can use like different size rocks and put over the lines, so he will work on letter formation using natural items, and also make free drawings with the chalk as well. So drawing with chalk will improve your kids' grasp pattern and also hand strength, fine motor coordination, and visual motor integration, as well as visual perceptual skills. One environmental adaptation for the school setting to be used with Juan Manuel. I mentioned one before, but I also wanted to mention that children with visual motor integration deficit may struggle to complete school assignments. So one modification that will help him to complete the school assignments will be to cover the worksheets or the book he is working on it, cover and let only uncover the exercise or the portion he will be using. So that way the page will look less overwhelming for him, and also we can highlight the instructions so he can identify the instructions from the activity. So they will be very beneficial for Juan Manuel since he will be completing the activity less stress.